What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of BWT. I'm your host, Teddy. Today, we will be going through the final series in Yankee Stadium between the Yankees and the Diamondbacks. And then I've got some standings for you guys. Um, and before we get into that, um, I just want to make sure that you guys are liking this video. Make sure you guys are commenting, sharing this video. Make sure you are subscribing to the network, the Refuse to Lose network. It's a network, not a show. Um, there are four different shows on this network. We've got the main show is Refuse to Lose with Dave, Tomo, and Joe, and then we've got CTC, Carl Talking College, and FFC, Fantasy Football with Combs. And then this show here, BWT. Everybody has been working extremely hard. We're close to our goal of 1K subscribers. So it costs nothing. It costs nothing to subscribe to the channel. But if you want to become a member, that's where the money starts coming in. We've got three tiers. We've got Pro, which is $2.99 a month. We have All-Star, which is $4.99 a month, and then Superstar, which is $9.99 a month. If you want to become a member, make sure you are clicking the link down below to do so. So let's get into it, man. Game one of the series, I'll call this the Aaron Judge game. He goes deep in the bottom of the third inning for a 3-run home run. All rise. We go up 3-0. His 33rd home run of the season. And then in the bottom of the fifth, Estevan Florial hits an RBI double to go up 4-0. And also in that inning, Aaron Judge connects for another home run, 2-run home run this time, his 34th of the season to go up 6-0. All rise again. And then in the bottom of the seventh, what do you know? Aaron Judge comes up, hits another home run, his 35th of the year. This one was a solo shot. We go up 7-0. And then in the top of the ninth, Christian Walker for the Diamondbacks hits a home run solo shot, his 31st of the season, to make it 7-1, which ends up being the final score. Luke Weaver, new Yankee. We claimed him from waivers from the Mariners. He's 3-5 in the season with a 6.47 ERA. He got the win, and the losing pitcher was Pifadat. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but you got the loss. He's 2-9 of the season, and with a 6.08 ERA. And Johnny Brito gets his first save of the season with a 4.43 ERA. I really like what Boone's been doing with Brito coming out of the pen. He's been that long relief guy. He was a starter earlier in the season, but I don't know, it just wasn't working out with him in the starting role. But for him to go out and go to the bullpen, and he comes in, gives us 3-4 innings when needed, and then he gets saves in games like this. It helps us out going into next year just to see what we got. And then we go into game two. In the top of the first, Tommy Pham hits a sac fly to go up 1-0. And then Christian Walker hits a sac fly as well to go up 2-0. And in the top of the seventh, Evan Longoria hits a 2-run single to make it 4-0. And then also in the top of the seventh, Geraldo Perdomo hits a sac fly to go up 5-0. And then Christian Walker hits into a fielder's choice to go up 6-0. And then Gabriel Moreno hits an RBI double to go up 7-0. You thought the Yankees were going to get a shutout, but they didn't. Um, Aaron Judge walks with the bases loaded to bring in a run to make it 7-1. The winning pitcher was Zach Gallen. He's 17-8 on the season with a 3.48 ERA. And the losing pitcher was Carlos Rodon. He's 3-7 with a 5.74 ERA. I really hope that he has a good offseason and comes out and has a better year next year, because this year was just full of frustration. I understand that he was injured and he was trying to work through it and stuff like that, but we can't be having this as his numbers when we paid big bucks for him. It just can't happen. And with that loss, the Yankees were eliminated from the playoffs. We were just eliminated. It sucks. After winning the division last year, but there was injuries. There's historically bad season. We went on a 9 or 10 game losing streak that hasn't happened since like the 1960s. So what can you do, right? I hope they go out and make some changes. I'll let you know what changes I think they should be making later on in the show. Not this show, but in later shows. We've got some guys coming on to talk about their teams and what they should be targeting in free agency and what they should be doing in the offseason. And then we go into the final game in Yankee Stadium on the season, right? Didn't start off too good. In the top of the first, Alec Thomas hits an 2 RBI double to go up 2-0. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Austin Wells hits a 2-run home run. It was an absolute bomb. Second of the year of his career. He ties the game up 2-2. And then the last couple innings were back and forth. This game was it was very interesting to watch. Because the Yankees, again, they have nothing to play for. The Diamondbacks, they have a wild card race that they're in right now. And so this is getting tight right now. Gabriel Moreno hits an RBI double to go up 3-2. And then Oswald Peraza hits an absolute bomb. He went 458 to left center. His first home run in Yankee Stadium this season, his third of his career, to tie the game up at 3. And then in the top of the 8th inning, the Diamondbacks were threatening big time. They had bases loaded with 1 out. Ian Hamilton comes in and strikes out one batter looking, and then Corbin Carroll comes up, and first pitch, he just smacks an RBI single to go up 4-3. And then in the bottom of the 8th, Peraza walks with the bases loaded to tie the game up, bring in a run. Estevan Florial hits in a sac fly to go up 5-4. And then Everson Pereira hits an RBI single to go up 6-4, which ended up being the final score. The winning pitcher for the Yankees was Ian Hamilton. He's 3-2 on the season with a 2.73 ERA. And the losing pitcher was Kevin Ginkel. He suffers his first loss, making his record 9-1 on the season with a 2.52 ERA. It sounded like he was having some difficulty with the mound. It wasn't the best conditions, but he was dropping F-bombs, and I heard it on the broadcast, and it was actually pretty funny. He was grunting with every pitch, And me as a player, when I see that, I just laugh because I think pitchers do that to try to intimidate hitters, and it just wasn't working for this guy yesterday. Um, and then Clay Holmes comes in and gets his 22nd save on the season. He has a 2.95 ERA on the season. Over the weekend, the Astros got swept by the Royals, the Kansas City Royals. The Astros, they're in a heated division race and the AL wild card right now, and they're not playing the best baseball. Um, but they've got a series against a division rival in Seattle. They're playing it right now. They won the first game last night, so that helps them out in the standings. Um, in the AL West, we have Texas leading the division right now at 88 and 68. Houston is 86 and 71. They're 2.5 games back. And Seattle is 84 and 72. They are 4 games back in the division. Texas has the Angels and Seattle left in the season. Houston has Seattle and Arizona, and Seattle has Houston and Texas. So if Seattle wants to get into the playoffs, they have a tough road ahead of them. They have to play some great teams in their division, and great teams in all of baseball right now. So they control their own destiny right now. And then in the AL East, there still hasn't been crowned a champion of the division. The Orioles are 97 and 59, and the Tampa Bay Rays are 95 and 62. They're 2.5 games back. The Orioles have series with the Nationals and the Red Sox, so that fares well for them because those teams really aren't playing for anything. And the Rays have a series with the Red Sox and the Blue Jays coming up. Red Sox aren't playing for anything, and the Blue Jays are also in contention for the wild card. Speaking of the wild card, we've got Tampa Bay leading the way at 95 and 62. They're 9 games up. Toronto is in second place right now. They have a record of 87 and 69. They're 1.5 games back. Houston is 85 and 71, sitting at third right now in the wild card race. And Seattle is 84 and 71. They're 1.5 games back. Toronto has a series with the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays coming up. So who knows? Yankees can continue to play spoiler. I hope they do because I don't like Toronto. I just don't like them. They're a bunch of cocky guys, and I don't want to see them make the playoffs. It would be great to see them not make the playoffs. And then we go to the National League wild card, which is absolutely insane. We've got the Phillies. They're leading the way. They're 5 games up. They're 87 and 69. They have series with the Pirates and the Mets coming up in the last week of the season. Arizona is a half a game back, well, half a game up in second place right now. They have a record of 82 and 74. Their last series are with the White Sox and the Astros. And then the Cubs are sitting in third in the wild card race. They have series with the Braves and the Brewers, so that's going to be tough. Braves are best team in MLB right now, and the Brewers are fighting to get that division crown. I believe if they win one more game, they end up being NL Central champions. And then we have Miami Marlins. They have series with the Mets and the Pirates coming up this week. They're 81 and 75. They are one game out of the wild card spot right now. And then Cincinnati, they have series with the Guardians and the Cardinals coming up. Their record is 80 and 77, and they're 2.5 games back. Earlier in the season, I predicted the Reds to make the wild card. So for my prediction's sake, I hope they get it together and win a majority of their remaining games. Over the weekend, they had a 9-0 lead against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and they ended up blowing that lead and losing the game. So that's not ideal coming down the race the last week of the season. And for other news, 8 teams were listed as finalists for the Team Silver Sluggers, which is a new award that is coming out this season. We got the Braves, Dodgers, Padres, and Phillies for the National League. I think the Braves get that easily. They have one of the most dangerous lineups, 1 through, I would say, 1 through 7. Are you know what? 1 through 9. Their whole lineup is dangerous, man. I don't see a weak spot in that lineup. Probably the weakest guy is like Travis d'Arnaud, and he's still a good hitter. I see the Braves winning that for the National League. And then for the American League, the 4 teams are the Rangers, Rays, Astros, and Mariners. 3 teams from the AL West. This division has shown nothing but greatness this season. It's kind of like the AL East in previous years, but I'm gonna have to go with the Rangers to win this award for the American League. um, Again, make sure you guys are liking this video. Make sure you guys are sharing this video, and showing the Refuse to Lose Network some love by hitting that subscribe button. We have 4 shows on the network. It's the Refuse to Lose show with Dave, Tomo, and Joe. They give you all news, NBA, boxing, NFL. They here and there they drop some tidbits on the MLB. But if you want MLB, make sure you tune into this show, BWT, and then we have Carl Talking College, CTC. He gives you everything you need to know about college football right now, and we call it basketball, about to start ramping up. He's gonna be a busy man. So, and I know he works hard making his content. So show him some love, tune into his show. And then we got FFC with Fantasy Football with Combs. He's great at what he does too. He's animated. He gives you guys the starters for the week, who you should sit. He gives you the top performers, the low performers. He calls people out. So if you want some good entertainment, tune into FFC. But yeah, man, make sure you guys hit that subscriber button. I just want to give a quick shout out to Carl and his Tigers for losing the series. Get up real quick so you guys can see the shirt. New York, baby, greatness, baby. The Tigers ended up losing the series against the Yankees, and I want to bet, so I'll take it. Free shirt, why not? But yeah, man, that's all we've got for you guys today. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.